Hey, what's up? It's TheBoysdontcry96 here, and I'm here to give you guys my top 10 favorite films of 2008. Now, I'm going to try not to talk about this too much, because in my opinion, there weren't many great films in 2008. I do think that it had some really great films, but not many. I think most of them came off as either being good or very good. There were some 10 out of 10 masterpieces, in my opinion, but overall, it was just an okay year for movies, but that's just me. You know, and also, please don't get mad at me because The Dark Knight isn't on my top 10 of the year, or it's not even an honorable mention, but the thing is, I'm one of those people who thinks that The Dark Knight is overrated. I think that a lot of people, well, you know what, screw this, I'm not gonna get into that. Anyways, here's my top 10 favorite films of 2008. Number 10 goes to Funny Games. Funny Games is a very smart, well-played, well-written, well-acted thriller that I think a lot of people really misunderstood when it came out. I think it's very unpredictable. I think it's very smart. I think it's very, very intelligent film that really always sticks within its same atmosphere and never really tries to be anything too harsh, or too haunting, or too dark, despite the fact that it is really haunting, really dark, and really hard to watch at points. But it's still a film that I highly enjoyed watching. It's a film that really grew on me. It's a film that I first watched and I really loved. I knew it was a film that I would always love and would have some special place, or it would stick somewhere within a top 10 list of 2008. Number 9 goes to The Wrestler. The Wrestler is a great film. One of the best films of 2008 for sure, but I don't think it's one of the best films of the decade like some people do. I do think that it's very smart. I do think that it's very honest, very realistic, and it has a brilliant performance from Mickey Rourke and Marissa Tomei and Evan Rachel Wood are pitch perfect as well. But overall, I don't think that the film emotionally stuck with me as other films in 2008 did, and I don't think that it's Darren Aronofsky's best film. I do think that I do think that Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan and Pi are much better films, but that's just me. Number 8 on my list is WALL-E. WALL-E is one of the best animated films of the past decade, no question. One of my favorite animated films of all time. It's a really, really beautiful film to look at, and it's just so smart, and it's a really funny movie too. It's just a really creative, inventive sci-fi animation flick with a heart and with one of the most beautiful relationships shown on screen in animated film. Number 7 goes to Slumdog Millionaire. I'm not going to say anything about this because, you know what, everyone loves it, everyone either loves it or really likes it, and it won Best Picture, so yeah. Number 6 on my list is Pineapple Express. Arguably one of the best films, one of the best comedies of the 2000s. Really, it's a film that I think is much smarter than it plays out, than it was advertised to be. And I do think that it's really smart. It works on being kind of a thriller because I think that the action sequences are really great. I think the cinematography is great, but enough about the cinematography and the action sequences and direction. There's so much comedic genius in the film that it's just impeccable. It's a great film. It's a great film that is so funny. It has some of the most quotable lines ever, and it's Pineapple Express. Number 5, Let the Right One In. One of the best foreign films of the past decade. It works so well. It's a fantastic blend of so many different genres: a horror film, a romance film, a drama, in some respects a dark comedy, and a really well-played mystery. Although I think I might like the remake a little bit more, Let the Right One In is truly a really important piece of cinema for films that were released in 2008. Number 4 is Synecdoche, New York, a film that really grew on me the more and more I watched it. And Synecdoche, New York is one of the most complex films ever made, and that's what makes it so special. That's what made Roger Ebert call it the best film of the decade. That's what makes half of my friends and half of the film critic friends that I know call it pretentious garbage, and it deserves all of the divisive reactions that it got, because as a whole, Synecdoche, New York is brilliant, and I do think that, and I'm really happy that it got so much divisive reactions and so much people think about it, because it's a film that really you have to think about it, and it's an unforgettable film that I really loved. Number 3 is The Whackness. Although this used to be my number 1 for a while, and this was in my top 15 favorite films of all time, I do still think that the whackness holds a special place in my heart, and it would be in my top 50, top 100, somewhere like that. It's a brilliant film, brilliant film. Number 2 goes to Hunger, a film that I only watched about a week ago, and I love Hunger. I think that it has a fantastic performance from Michael Fassbender, one of the biggest Oscar snubs of all time. You know what? A lot of people think that I might be pulling the gun or whatever, but I really think that it's a great performance. I think it's very well directed, and I also think that it's a very smart film that I really need to get, because it's one of my favorite films of all time. Number 1, Rachel Getting Married. Rachel Getting Married is a pitch-perfect film. Well directed, well made, well acted, well written, everything. It deserves so many more Oscar nominations than it got, and I think that's a part of what makes it work so well. It's a very honest, brutal film that really touches you and really makes you smile and cheer and care for these characters at the end of it. It has a beautiful ending, and it's a beautiful film that I think that was just a pitch-perfect film. Anyways, that's my top 10 of 2008. Yeah,